Hello, hello, hello. Here we are at the beginning and the start of Bonga Dada Bonga. I am Ella Dashanaba King. I am a correspondent for Bonga Dada Bonga and also the founder of Bonga Dada Bonga. Well, what is Bonga Dada Bonga? Well, it's a new platform, everybody, for women's voices. And Teresa Kemp and I will be serving off and on as show commentators. Why is it important to hear a woman's voice? Well, it's important to hear what women have to say because we want to dispel the myths and the misconceptions about what women, and even in fact, what women around the globe are actually doing. It's an excellent opportunity to generate visibility for women's projects, familiarity, understanding, comprehension, realization, and even to support women's aspirations on which they all stand. Okay. And also, by dispelling the myth, you get a chance to promote awareness raising about African cultures from a diversity of cultures in Kenya and other countries around the world. So now, how does Bonga Dada Bonga work? Well, we have various women in leadership roles and influencers who will host as moderators of the show. Those moderators will be interviewing guests who come on the show, and they will speak to news events and address current affairs given the subject matter of the day. Then we also have a co host, and the co hosts are from a colorful spectrum of journalists, campaign managers, activists, political analysts, women's organizations, political scientists, publicists, and educators, and others who will pretty much deliver their opinions and their commentary on the analysis at hand. So tonight, we have as our host, if you will, myself, Ella Dashanaba King, also known as Queen Mother. Now, you see, we know already that women's participation in politics helps advance gender equality and affects both the range and the policy issues that get considered in terms of all types of solutions that are proposed. Research even indicates that whether a legislator is male or female has a very distinct impact on their policy priorities. Can you hear that? Can you be with that? There is also strong evidence that women are more likely to be elected to office if there is a corollary increase in policy that makes emphasizing the quality of life and reflects the priorities of women, families, and ethnic racial minorities. So, yeah, research has indicated that when women are in some of these roles, that we in fact do a good job and a very good job. So, new on the horizon, joining a whole caucus of supporters focusing on female representation and women leadership is Bonga Dada Bonga. Bonga Dada Bonga. And we boldly proclaim our role in areas that women can advance in, whether that area is religion, education, health, politics, you name it. You just name it. Now, so what is, again, Bonga Dada Bonga is a weekly Facebook Live and YouTube Live and or Zoom Live show that comes on every week, Thursdays, 12 noon New York time, okay, and at 7 p.m. Kenya time. So you can click on facebook.com/bonga.bonga every Thursday and see the Bonga Dada Bonga show. And what is Bonga Dada Bonga? Is women at their best working to help other women to be at their very best. All right. So right now, again, we're in episode number 23, and I want to take a moment and talk about who's going to be on the show today. And we're all in studio. Let's see if we can bring that photo back up. There we go. We're now on the screen to say hello to our viewing audience. Please say hello,
Why, hello, viewing
ladies,
audience.
to our viewing
Glad you could join
audience.
us. Glad you could join us this evening. Hope to keep you entertained. And if we don't, or if we do, please comment, like, and share.
Thank you. Thank you. And that is none other than Stephanie. And we'll hear a little bit more about what Stephanie will be doing on the show. But right now, shall we have our other guest to greet the audience? Christine, can you hear us? Christine, can you hear us?
No, I can't.
Okay. All right. Well, wait, you say you know you can't hear us? Christine? Okay.
Let me
Well, Christine, if you can hear me,
let me.
raise your
She broke
hand.
up. Mhm.
Okay, well let's just go back to a one view and give her a chance to work on that. Today, we also want to take out time to acknowledge the shows, shall I say, the original cast of BongaDadaBonga. We want to give praise and thanks to the brave and bodacious, fearless women in Kenya who put skin in the game. Okay, our host for the Bonga Dada Bonga show from episodes 1 through 20 was none other than Rose Mwara, okay, Oching Akina, Rose Lucala, and Susan Karigo. They are the brave women who in Kenya that stepped forward to serve as host and co-host of the Bonga Dada Bonga show for the first 20 weeks, where we covered Kenyan women in politics. I also want to thank Teresa Kemp. We want to invite you to, Teresa and I will be serving as commentators on this show. And then from time to time, we will bring in host to actually host the show. Okay, again, we're on Thursdays, every Thursday live at 12 noon New York time and 7 p.m. Kenya time. Be sure to like, share, and comment on Queen Mother Speaks. We want to say for the record that Bonga Dada Bonga strives to amplify the voices of women and survivors who have historically been silenced. The opinions expressed on our Facebook page and in our social media and our blog pages are not necessarily representative of the views of Bonga Dada Bonga, and we are, in fact, a platform for women's voices. Last week, on episode 22, we talked about the genesis of Bonga Dada Bonga. And we talked about how faith played a huge part in getting the program started. Okay. And so, what is faith? Do you remember? Faith is the essence of things hoped for. Things hoped for, but the evidence of things not seen. But here today, we can say that Bonga Dada Bonga is a show where the evidence is seen, as we're now in week 23, starting from zero. Okay, so tonight we're proud and honored to hear from Miss Christine of Christine's Furniture Designs, and how being in a business usually run by a man and manufacturing that's run by a man, that she is handling very, very fine as a woman. And we're also going to hear from Stephanie tonight, and she's going to be talking with us about a powerful book called Project 369, The Key to the Universe. That's what she's going to be talking about. So let's bring Christine back into the studio. Okay, very well. And Stephanie, over to you.
Yes.
But before we do that, let me just tell you a little bit about the lady that's called Stephanie. Okay, I know it's here. I know it's here. I'm looking for it in my script. We're still looking. We're still looking. All right. Stephanie was raised and started in New York, and she at some point became a transplant and migrated to Atlanta. She is of Afro Cuban background. She considers herself a cultural creative. And tonight, we're going to find out exactly what that is. She has spent, she's been traveling in Africa over the last
Mm.
50 years, believe it or not. Okay. And she has been a curator and doing several programs at museums. She has a degree in African art history, fashion design, and she is an IT student. And she also considers herself a student of spiritual law. And again, Stephanie's going to come to us now and talk to us about the book. But before you go there, let's just have a good conversation with you, Stephanie, about yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, actually, Queen Mother, before I even do that, you mentioned something that I wanted to piggyback on that may be
Okay.
unplanned, but I think is very, very appropriate.
Okay.
Bonga Dada Bonga. Speak, sister, speak. This timing is divine. I know you're in your 23rd week, I believe. The timing is divine. And what I
Yes.
wanted to mention is that we have uh, a preeminent scholar, Dr. Charles Finch, who
Hmm.
gave a corrective lecture around the time of 2012, when everyone was concerned about the Mayan calendar, saying that that was the end of time. But what he taught was that what we understand to be the age of Aquarius was actually misnamed and should have been the age of
Hmm.
Aquaria, and that the image was not of a man pouring out a liquid from a vessel, but of a woman. And the significance of this was that what was approaching, what was coming, was the age of divine wisdom, divine feminine wisdom, an age when women
Hmm.
would uh, seize their place and their responsibility in leading upliftment in the world, not to supplant men, not a revolution where women are on top and men are on bottom, but a collaboration, a stepping into their responsibility as
Hmm.
women to help guide the earth. It was also, he also mentioned that this was the coming age of divine feminine wisdom, which meant men were to step into accepting that they had feminine energy also, and to accept rather than reject that. Now, what was interesting about this was just as he was predicting this lecture came just before we saw the election and coming into prominence of women leaders all around the world. This age brought presidents of Ireland, presidents in Africa, women presidents all over the world. So, what this program, Dada Bonga Dada, is also expressing is that it's right in the flow of this very important development
Ah.
where women accept that they have the power, not just the power, but the responsibility to help step up and not blame men for what's going on or blame them for what they have done, but to aid them and aid in the upliftment of all of us, to express that divine feminine
Wow.
wisdom, feminine energy, and divine responsibility to co-lead in a manner that will support and benefit everyone, the whole planet. So I just wanted to start
My
with that.
goodness. Woo! That is so powerful. That is just, My goodness, that is like super powerful. Just to hear
Yes,
that, it sounds so
it was a wonderful.
soothing. So what you're
Mm,
telling us is that whether men or even women want to accept it or not, this is our time, right? This
mm-hmm. Yes,
is our time,
yes,
and it's up to us to step into
yes,
it. Okay. And many women
yes,
have, as
yes,
you've
yes,
stated,
absolutely.
around the globe. Many of us have. This is just super, super, super exciting. I think that one of our other guests is seeking to get into the studio right now very well. So we're going to go back to,
Mm-hmm.
okay, thank you, Christina. We're going to go
Here she
back
is.
to Stephanie. Now, Stephanie, let's talk about this book,
Yes.
Project 369.
Okay.
Okay. Tell us some things about the author and
Yes.
what the book itself is
This,
about. We're going to
this,
take a good few minutes to do that
mm-hmm.
because this is a very, very, very
Okay.
important book.
Okay. Project
Can you tell us anything about the
369
title?
describes, yes, I am. I will. It describes a
Okay.
method, a technique, a practice whereby you can have the tools, interactive tools, to reprogram your mind for you to be able to live the life you want to live and to be the person you want to be. Project 369 refers to the powers of those words as discovered by those numbers, 369, those numbers as discovered by Nikola Tesla. I will say that before the industrial age, reduced understanding of numbers to their mechanical functions, it was understood, accepted, and used that they had properties that were beyond the five senses. And Nikola Tesla rediscovered
Mm.
these properties. Okay, so
Mhm.
just to give you a little tiny bit about who Nikola Tesla is, like why should I listen to someone who says anything, X, Y, or Z? This Nikola Tesla, even though we understand that Nikola Tesla is the name of an electronic car, Elon Musk's company, Nikola Tesla was a man way ahead of his time. He actually invented alternate current, the electrical system, alternate current, the AC of AC/DC. He was hired by Edison, who we understand invented the light bulb, okay, to improve Edison's direct current apparatus. But ultimately it was found that Edison's apparatus was ineffective and failed in comparison with Tesla's apparatus. So they became
Mm.
bitter, bitter rivals. Nikola Tesla was successful in lighting the City of Light
Mm.
at the 1896 World's Fair with his alternating current apparatus. Okay. He developed that by looking at rotating magnetic fields. Very, very advanced investigation at that time. And just as also, although we credit Marconi
Wow.
with inventing the radio, Marconi's work was based on 17 of the patents that Tesla had filed. So had he not had that work, that research to stand on, he could not have been awarded that radio invention. Tesla fought in court and lost, but it's not Marconi, but Tesla's work. One of the things that was interesting about Tesla is he dreamt of free energy for all. He was inventing this so that we could all have free energy. But at some point, one of his sponsors, Westinghouse, decided that it would be a good thing to be paid for. And so that's why we don't have free energy now. He had a deep understanding of the universe and created many, many, many other inventions that very suspiciously disappeared with his death. One of the inventions he is credited with coming up with was called the death ray, and I'm glad it disappeared because he claimed it could eliminate 10,000 men at a blow. So it might be good that disappeared.
What?
But all this to say, he was a genius and
What
had an
kind?
understanding
What kind of
beyond many
blow?
others. Yes, yes.
Mm.
That remains a mystery.
My
That remains
goodness.
a mystery. And to make it even more interesting, when one does their research, they will find. When one does their research, they will find that some of the trunks, many trunks of information of his research, ended up in the hands of the ancestors of the former guy who lived in the US White House. If you follow what I'm saying.
Oh.
The Orange Man's family.
Yes.
Is said to have hold of some of Tesla's research. Okay? But that's a broad span of his research. To narrow it down to Project 369, I'll start with this. Earth, at conception, we are a one-cell unit. One cell that must divide into two, and then divide again into 4, and then 8, and then 16, and 32, and 64, and 128, and so on. When you reduce each of those numbers of multiple digits, by which I mean you divide the 16, you reduce 16 to Australiair.com.
Okay, it looks like we had a very short blackout for a moment. Our guests will be back into the studio very shortly. Here we go. Okay.
Hey, flipped out
Okay,
there
they
for a
both will be
second,
back into the
y'all.
studio, but we did have a slight
But if I can continue where we
blackout
were.
there for a moment. But thank you for still tuning in to BongaDadaBonga. Okay, the platform for women's voices.
So,
while we're waiting for our guests to come back into the studio, a couple of things I would like to say. Let's see. Well, they're coming back in. Okay, there we go. We had a slight blackout for a moment, and we're trying to see if we can get Christine back in as well. But go ahead. We're back on air.
Okay, so as I was saying, in order to be born, you must be a cell that divides from 1 to 2 to 4 to 8. Hey, Christine. To 16 to, I'm sorry, to 16 to 32 to 64. When you add the digits of those numbers, you get a series that is 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, and repeats 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5 to infinity, to infinity. You don't see in that pattern a 3, a 6, or a 9. But because those numbers have very, very special properties. Okay. And as we look at it, the number 3 is called the number of the divine. And in our experience, we can understand it to be harmony, wisdom, and understanding, past, present, and future, beginning, middle, and end, body, mind, and soul, thought, word, and deed, the 3 animal kingdoms, animal, vegetable, mineral, and of course, the Holy Trinity. That's the number 3. The number 6, the Bible says God created man on the 6th day. Okay? If you look at 24 hours in a day, 2 and 4 equals 6. 60 minutes in an hour, 6 and 0 equals 6. 60 seconds in a minute, that equals 6. The number 9 has so many correlations. The speed of light at 186,282, miles per second. That's 186,282 miles per second. When you add up all of those digits, they reduce to 9. And the same thing is true for the diameter of the sun at 864,000 miles. The diameter of the earth, the diameter of the moon. Also true for the seconds in an hour, 3,600. The seconds in a day, 86,400. The seconds in a week, the seconds in the month, and the seconds in a year, all reduced to 9. Also true, the minutes in a day, the minutes in a week, the minutes in a year, all reduced to 9. There are 9 explained planets in our solar system.
Wow.
In a circle, there are 360 degrees. 360 equals 9. If you cut it in half, it's 180 degrees. 1 and 8 equals 9. If you cut that in half, that's 45 degrees. Or 90. You cut that in half, that's 90. And that's a 9. If you cut that in half, that's 45. That's a 9. So all of these have extremely special properties. And so we are using these properties to help us manifest what we would like to bring forth in our life and what we would like to bring forth in our personhood. Okay? And this book is a journal with instructions and questions and prompts to help you do that, to help you achieve the goals that you would like to manifest. And what you are going to do is you first decide what you want. You're going to decide what you want. Decide what you want to manifest in your life. Decide the life you want to manifest. Decide the person you want to be. And you're going to start small so that you can understand your own success. If you start big and it takes long, you might get discouraged. So you start small and you decide what you want and you write down what you want 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times in the evening. And with some specific instructions. For instance, you're going to say,
does that really work?
You're going to put it in the present tense. You're going to say, whatever it is you want, I have. Oh, if you work it, it works. If you work it, it works. So you're going to say, I have a job I love. I am 20 pounds lighter.
If you
I
wanted to,
am
that
healed
sounds
of
like Dr.
disease. I have the love I seek.
Yes,
And you're
yes.
going to say it in that.
Mhm.
Well, it's not arcane, it's not obscure practices. You know, people around know this. This is just part of what makes this work.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
it's not exclusive to Tesla. You know, it's confirmed by many
Yes.
different approaches, you know,
Mhm.
religions, beliefs, and philosophies around the world. Yes? Yes. So
Mhm.
you do this consistently until you experience the manifestation of your goal.
Mhm.
You have to do it
Yes.
consistently. And there are
Well,
a
ladies and
few
gentlemen, as you
things
can see,
that will
I'm
make it
holding
work.
the book
And
in
this
my
is what
hand.
will make it work. Okay?
Yes.
Faith. Number one.
Mhm. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And what will make it work, first of all, is faith. Just as Queen Mother was saying
We have a
earlier,
freeze. She
faith
was giving
is
us
the
number one. Will
assurance
you
of things
repeat?
hoped for
We had a
and the
freeze.
conviction of things unseen.
Mhm.
Oh, faith is the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things unseen. As Queen Mother was saying earlier, you will need faith to understand that
Mhm.
even though you cannot see it in this moment, it is there for you. Okay? Uh, you will need
Mhm.
belief. And belief, defined by Abraham Hicks, is just a thought you keep thinking. Mhm. A thought you keep thinking about anything.
Mhm.
Okay? When you think that thought over and over, it hardens into something that you feel is concrete in your life.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, uh, you like, for instance, do you believe you live in a friendly universe or a universe that's a veil of tears? Because the universe is characterized as a cosmic copy machine that basically returns to you whatever it is that you believe is true. So if you believe that you live in a veil of tears, it will do its best to show you you're right. If you understand that you live in a friendly universe where the creator who has loved you into existence sees you personally, knows you, is attentive to you, your needs, your wants, has your best interests at heart, and wants you to
Mhm.
survive and succeed and thrive, the universe will send all of that proof to you. And then it's the power of your words. Your words have so much
Very
power that
good.
we
Very
really
good.
can't even conceive. And so when you speak to yourself, I mean, think without speaking the things that you're thinking to yourself. Oh, I'll never because I'm too old, or I'm never because I'm not educated. I'm too this, I'm too fat, I'm too short, I don't have the, whatever it is that that you're telling yourself you are, is going to out picture in your life. And while you're saying those
Yes.
things, you could just as
It's
easily
going to
say,
outpicture.
I am going to succeed no matter
Mhm.
what. Yes, it's going to outpicture. So that's the power of
Okay.
your
Okay.
words. So with those
So what you're
underpinnings,
saying is
you know, as you become
we
conscious
live
of how you
we
think
live in
about
our
yourself,
language. Yes. Yes. Mhm. Mhm.
yes, 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 yes. So as you think
Yes.
about yourself, consider treating yourself the way you treat someone that you love dearly, that you understand is a blessing from God to
Mhm.
you. And do not, as if it was your best friend, you would not
Mhm.
let her say, oh, I'm too old, I'm too ugly, I'm too small, I don't have an education. You say, but no, you're beautiful, you're intelligent, you're wise, you're feisty. And you would uplift them. you're going to do that to yourself. Okay. And then it takes
Very good. Very good.
gratitude.
Very good. Thank
You're
you
going to
so,
have
so very
gratitude because,
much,
very frankly,
Stephanie.
you have
We
every
want to
reason to be
now
thankful.
go to,
Hmm. You're welcome.
mhm. We want to go to our next guest in the studio right now and hear how they have been using their faith.
I can't
Let's
wait.
hear how Christine has been using her faith. You see,
Awesome.
yes, yes, well, there we go.
Hi, my dear.
Okay, now for over 15 years, Jacqueline, which is the name of her. For over 15 years, the Jackeris Enterprises, which is the name of Christine's business, has been very active in providing furniture that's flexible, dynamic, and attuned with the global and technological changes. Her company continuously introduces new and high tech furniture to remain at the forefront of the industry. Those are not just words. I can attest to how her products remain at the forefront of the industry. On the manufacturing front, she says that they've continued to invest in new technology and machinery, and they continue the popular pace by having such exquisite designs and styles to suit the client's needs. In particular, they've invested in post forming machinery, technology to work with Korean material, as well as other woodworking machines. But before I go any further, let me say hello, Christine, and welcome to Bonga Dada Bonga. Can you hear us?
Hello, everyone.
Can you hear
Yes, but
us?
you're really breaking off. You're breaking off. I think
Okay.
is the
We
signal
see you.
strength.
It looks like you're stuck.
But you can see my lips.
All right.
There's a problem with the network. Yeah.
Yes,
We
we
can
see
hear
your lips
though.
perched. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
well, that's not what we're
I
going to focus on. Let's try to get our story out about
yeah, don't
Christine's
focus on
furniture.
that. Let's focus on yes. Hello, everyone, and thanks for having me today. My name is Christine. As Queen Mother
Hello, darling.
said, I thanks for having me in studio today.
Sure.
As Queen Mother explained, I got started
So
close to
tell us,
15
how
years
did
ago.
you choose as a woman? Yeah.
Well, I
How
used to
did you
work for
choose as
NGOs.
a woman, Christine, to go into the furniture business the way you have?
Repeat that again. I didn't hear that.
Okay. Well, the question that I was asking you is, how on earth did you as a woman decide to go into an industry that's dominated by men?
Well, it's not very easy. I just got one evening, I was walking, I took a walk from where I used to live towards current shopping center. And I'd do my runs and walks every evening. So I met these artisans on Gong Road, the fundis, we call them in Swahili. So I got
Mm-hmm.
interested in what they're doing, and I thought to myself, well, you can probably try and do something different and maybe change the way of thinking and doing business. That's how I got started with the business. I got interested, and yeah, I would learn from the fundis actually. Most of it I learned from them. But I'd done some course at Graffin's College, now
Mm-hmm.
Graffin's University.
I see.
So
I see.
that's how I got into that and transferred the knowledge there and helped some of
Mm-hmm.
them. Yes.
I see. Was most of your
Then that's how I got
training
started with it.
done in Kenya or somewhere else?
Yeah, here in Kenya.
Your training to learn how to do this work. Okay, all of it?
Oh, this works I learned through the fundis here on the roadside. But I'd done graphic design at Graphics College, which now
Mm-hmm.
is Graphics University.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the furniture
Okay.
I'll design different from what they know and what they're doing.
So
So and
now
a lot
the
more I learned
materials
from
that
them.
you use. Uh-huh.
What was that again?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please excuse us. We're somehow getting stuck, but let's just come in. Let's just all
Yeah.
come in
The
to
network.
the studio. And then, let's see, we can get us all in. There we go. Yes.
There
So,
we go. I can
so
see
now
you. I
about the
can hear you,
materials
but you're
that you
breaking up.
actually use. And ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you my pristine furniture designer story. Okay.
Well, some of these
So I want
materials
to
I
give my
partnered with.
Christina furniture designer story. So what happened for me,
What did what?
okay, please excuse us. We don't know why it's freezing up like that, but yeah, Stephanie's not freezing and I'm not freezing. We don't know what's going on with that. But I want to tell you how I met this woman, Christina. So there I was driving down Ngong Road on a beautiful, beautiful weekend morning of Kenya. You know, Kenya is called the land of paradise on earth, and I can attest that is so true. So here I am on a beautiful morning, just riding down the street, looking to see what I could see. And that's what people do on Ngang Road, because all along the streets, a huge strip of land on the streets, there are people outside selling all types of wares. So there I was enjoying myself, and I passed by this place. It was like, oh my God, what are they doing over there? So we said, let's get out, let's get out, let's get out. You see, Gung Road is a street full of traffic. So we couldn't get out that easily. We had to drive way down further past the place and then turn around and come back. And we did. And we got out and we met this beautiful young lady that we're seeing today, Christine. And she began to tell us about her work. Okay. And she even said, we've got a new line of some products coming in, so you've come at the right time to buy something before all the new stuff comes in. Okay. Now I thought that was just a salesman's story. I didn't believe that that was true. But when we began to talk about the product, what I found out is she was willing to give us some discounts, and she even got me. There were some other things around at the time that she showed us. Like there was one little unit that you can use to carry drinks. Okay. She just showed us all types of things. And I didn't buy that day, but for the next few weeks, it haunted me because I saw the craftsmanship in the work that she had done. And I eventually had to go back out to Gung Road, which is far necessarily from where I live, but I wanted to go back. The second time I went back, she was not there. But we did get a chance to step out and look at the product for ourselves and decided on what we wanted. Okay. So the third time that we went back, she was there. And we showed her the color that we wanted. It was an oyster off white color. And to this day, I still have that unit sitting on my studio plex right here at home. Just beautiful piece of art and still very sturdy. Chrissy, what year was that? Do you remember that I purchased it from you? Do
Yes,
you
yes, I
remember
do.
what year? I purchased it.
That was
Okay, she's back to not hearing us
early
at all.
20s.
I'm gonna say, mm, what year
Must
did
have
I
been
purchase it?
2016,
Do you remember?
2015, 2016, around there. I think 2015, 2016, around there.
Ah, okay,
Yeah, around
okay, very
2015,
well.
around there.
And
Yeah.
I think you're right about that. Somewhere around there. So I went back on my third visit, and she was there, and okay, and we left a deposit for the work. And it is very beautiful work. In fact, we have some pictures here to show you. But right now, in this moment that we want those pictures, we have them lined up to show to you on the screen, but they went bonkers. Christine, do you have your flyer, your company brochure nearby?
Uh, well, I didn't
Yeah,
have
ladies and
some.
gentlemen,
I
she
was
sent
just
me over
operating
75
the
pictures
flyers.
of the product. And so my phone is a little crazy about that. But do you have the brochure nearby?
No, I don't have a brochure. It's just what I shared with you
Yeah,
now. I was
we
trying
had
to
them
make
set up to
some,
show today, but
add,
for whatever
add some
reason, that is
workers.
not working
Yeah,
at this time. But do
yeah.
you have your brochure? Okay, okay,
No, I don't have it with me. It's only what I shared with you, the profile.
okay. Well, to the
Yeah, you
viewing
have it
audience,
for
let me
descriptive.
apologize for not having the pictures of the product. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, she definitely did share the pictures in the profile, but right now the pictures are not coming up. So Christine's business is considered as a market leader for office furniture. They've also continued to grow to have a growth strategy, and they have developed additional lines that include things like kitchens, wardrobes, and the wardrobes furniture, joinery and fit. They have outfits. They have custom made furniture. There's office made furniture made for your office. There's custom furniture. There is furniture for the kitchen. There's kitchen for the outdoor, and so much, much, much more. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, if you want to thrill up on the hill, please, please, please go out on Ngang Road and check our sister out.
Uh-oh.
Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see if we can get one more in. Okay, well, we don't quite like what's going on right now, but hopefully she'll come back in before the show is over. The other things that we wanted to talk to you about this evening is two projects that BongaDadaBonga is involved with. One of those projects had to do with a product that we call the Hadi reusable pads. And would you believe that it actually is exactly what it says? A hottie, reusable pads. And these pads are for young girls and young women to use during their cycle period, okay, with the Ahadi pads. And we do have the product, and what you receive, we're asking you for a donation for the Ahadi reusable pads because when a young lady has a chance to have a pad, it gives her a chance at life and gives her a chance at education, believe it or not. Because on those days, if she doesn't have anything to use, she winds up doing what? Staying at home, right? And if you miss too many days of school, then you will get dropped out of school. So the pads are a huge difference for the young women who use them. There's like a little kit, and in the kit you'll find four pads, four pads in the kit, and you get two pairs of underwear as well, all for just 10 US dollars, okay, or 1,000 Kenya shillings to have four pads and two pairs of underwear for the young girls. Many of you have been sending some of your donations in for the project. Please do. While Stephanie is visiting here in Kenya, we would love to take you up to the village. You know, we get about 200 pieces,
I didn't hear
right,
you
with the
breaking up.
girls who are there. Let me also say that with the Ohadi pads, that the good thing about it is they are washable. Or the young lady gets to keep them for about a year once the purchase has been made. So the way you can make a donation to us for the Ahadi pads is you can use M-Pesa, and the number is 0796 509 9665. I'm going to write it in the chat for you right now for the you can reach out to M-Pesa. The number's 0796 509. Sending it to you right now in the chat room. Okay, so you can see that it's for the Ahadi pads. Oh, no, we cannot. Looks to me like some strange things are happening. Let me try it again. Ahadi pads via M-Pesa. And that number would be 0796 509 965. We're typing it into the chat. Let's see if it can come to you. Huh. It's telling me to check my internet connection, but the internet is just an arm's length away. So why it's going in and out, that I cannot explain. So again, we ask for your patience. All right, Christina, I have a few
Yeah.
minutes before the show is over, but would you like to tell the people where you're located? Can
Yes.
you hear me?
Yes. I'm on Gong Road.
Please tell the audience where you're located.
Yes, I'm on Gong Road,
Go ahead.
Lenana Stage. Yes, I'm located on Gong Road, Lenana Stage, opposite McNewton
On
Center.
Gung Road and what else? Linana?
Lenana Stage, opposite McNewton Center. Is a
From the Mac.
pharmaceutical company. Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Let's see if it'll come up. We did send it.
Yeah, just say if it's going to pop up. I shared that with you. See if it's gonna pop
Wow.
up on your screen.
See if we can put that on the screen.
Yeah, there you go. My contact and my email
Yes.
address and
Well,
everything.
I've typed it into the chat room, but well, let's try. Let's try something different. Let me try something.
Okay.
Okay, let's try it here to see what happens.
You got it?
Here we go. Let's try. Nothing beats a try but another
Right.
try. All right. Well, we're sending it into the chat room. It hasn't gotten there just yet. But let me say to our guest in the show tonight, thank you for being here. And that book 369, I have a copy. Christine is going to get herself a copy, and maybe we can do this book together, Christine, because it is a certain type, but it is a certain type of workbook all the way through. So let's see what we can
Ah,
do, okay, to perhaps do
yes.
this particular book together. All right. So thank you, Stephanie, for
Okay.
talking to us about the book 369, Project 369, The Key to the Universe. Thank you for that. And we'll be working on the book. And Christine, ladies and gentlemen, if you're riding out Gung Road, if you are riding out
My
Gung
pleasure.
Road and you're over by the Lanana
My pleasure.
stage, start looking for Christine's Furniture Designs. All you have to do is look up and you'll see this beautiful furniture that's out in front of the store. And once you get parked and come in, I'm sure you'll find something and see something that you like. This is BongaDadaBonga. We're on air every Thursday at 12 noon New York time, 7 p.m. Kenya time. Thank you for tuning in today, and thank you for tuning in next week. Now, next week, as you might know, celebrates the 70th anniversary of the Mau Mau Revolution. So next week, we're going to be talking some of that talk about the Mau Mau Revolution. So until then, keep yourself safe, keep yourself warm if you're in a cold climate, keep yourself nice and cool if you're in a hot climate, and know that it's always a blessing when we hear that you have tuned in to Bonga Dada Bonga. Bonga Dada Bonga. Bonga Dada Bonga. Come on, ladies. Bonga Dada Bonga. Bonga Dada Bonga. Bonga Dada Bonga Dada Bonga Dada Bonga. Come on. Say it with me. Say it with me. Wake up.
Bonga dada, bonga.
Say
Bonga
it with
dada,
me.
bonga.
Bonga Dada Bonga. Bonga Dada Bonga.
Bonga
I
dada,
guess they
bonga.
can't hear. But
Sister,
after
speak.
saying that, we're going to go ahead and sign off for tonight.
Speak.
Huh?
Speak. Sister, speak.
You know, it's a beautiful day.
Bonga.
Yeah, it's
Honey,
actually a very
this
beautiful
is one
day.
of the furnitures I
It's
made
not
for
raining.
myself.
It's not raining or
That one
anything,
there.
so we don't know why we're getting such bad connection. Speak, sister, speak. That's it. Speak, sister, speak. Thank you so very much. We're going to end the broadcast for today. Tune in next week, same time, same station. Click on facebook.com, BongaDadaBonga, BongaDadaBonga, or you can go to YouTube, Bonga Dada Bonga. Thank you